challenges, in our opinion, seem to have overwhelmed our security institutions.
The governors are supposed to be the state security officers of their state.
There is need for us to at least engage the traditional rulers.
We need to do something about our porous borders.
We have to own it from the unit level to the ward level to the local government to state.
Mr. President, the importance of today for us is for us to take action.
Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
The operation should be holistic.
Senate advocates simultaneous military operation against criminals.
Once we put this bill together.
And Electricity Power Reform Bill scales second reading. Hello and welcome to Inside the Senate. I am Hussaina Amina Aboki. Security and electricity reform matters, alongside the issue of the Ghanaian authorities ripping off Nigerians over COVID-19 related matters, were on the front burner of plenary last week. Details of discussions and resolutions around these matters are part of our lineup in this episode of the program. We also have reports from the committee rooms and from the office of the Senate President, who received a delegation from the Diasporas Commission led by its chairman, Honorable Abike Dabiri. These and more in this episode of Inside the Senate. Please stay tuned.
The Senate will send a message to the President
to reap opportunities from that.
To raise a matter of urgent public importance.
And we are aware that when this particular motion comes up,
for a longer term development, arise to second the motion.
Those in favor of this prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Welcome back. Security matters continue to dominate Senate's activities as senators reported challenges of insecurity bedeviling their constituencies and indeed Nigeria. One such matter was reported Wednesday the 29th of September by Senator Ibrahim Gobir under a motion titled Banditry in Sokoto State, particularly Sokoto East Senatorial District. In his presentation, he gave a gory tale of the horror unleashed on constituents by the bandits, alleging the killing of 15 soldiers, 3 mobile policemen, 3 civil defensemen, as well as a yet-to-be-ascertained number of civilians in Dama and Gagara villages on the 25th of September 2021.
In fact, the information received now is that about 15 civilians were killed. Some were burnt alive. Most of the bandits have now relocated to Southern Benin and the East local governments due to the sustained military operation at the Zamfara state. While the crackdown on the bandits was taking place in Zamfara state, no concerted effort or concrete measures had been taken in Sokoto state, leaving it totally exposed to the activities of the bandits. The operation should be holistic instead of restrictive in order to produce effective and desired results.
The motion attracted these comments.
When we are treating a problem in one location, try to treat them in all the locations so that the bandits should not be escaping from one angle to another. So the issue of security, Mr. President, is a prime matter. Therefore, all measures we need to take and take a decision on this motion and put up prayers so that the government can be able to consider those prayers and act as fast as possible.
what we need to do is to actually provide our own ideas generated from the people we represent.
The following resolutions were then adopted on the motion. Declare bandits as terrorists and wage a total war against them, as well as declare all the known leadership of the bandits wanted and track them wherever they are for arrest and prosecution. Similarly, Senator Uche Ekwunife, under personal explanation, reported the increasing spate of insecurity in the southeast, citing the latest as being the murder of Dr. Chike Akunyili, husband to the former Director General of NAFDAC and Minister of Information, late Professor Dora Akunyili.
Lots of gruesome attacks and killings have been going on around in the entire southeast, especially in Anambra State, Enugu State, and Imo State. The Senate therefore urges the Inspector General of Police and other law enforcement agencies to step up action towards unraveling perpetrators of this gruesome murder, gruesome killings of our innocent people in the name of unknown gunmen.
Because matters under personal explanation are not open to debate, a minute silence was observed in honor of those who lost their lives in the attacks.
May the soul of the deceased rest in perfect peace. Amen.
Aside matters of insecurity, the Senate considered very important bills for second reading last week, with one of them having to do with power sector reform in Nigeria. The bill was titled Electric Power Reform Act 2005, Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2021, and sponsored by Senator Gabriel Suswam. He lamented that 75% of Nigerians are not enjoying the full electricity potentials in Nigeria due to epileptic power supply occasioned by post-privatization challenges.
What is, however, required at this point, distinguished colleague, is an ideal legal framework that will stimulate the deployment of relevant regulatory and policy measures that will accelerate growth in power generation capacity, improve utilization of generated power through increased investment in new technologies that will enhance transmission and distribution of generated power. This, among other objectives, are provided under Section 1 of this bill and what the bill is intended to achieve.
The bill was debated by lawmakers.
I wish to draw the attention of the promoter of the bill not to be silent on the power plants which are established under the National Integrated Power Project that was transferred, whose ownership was transferred to the Niger Delta Power Holding Companies, which were supposed to be privatized, and then the proceeds to be used to set up hydroelectricity power plants so that to increase power output.
The importance of this bill cannot be overemphasized. The bill is very timely. Nigeria is in a crossroad, and the major challenge we have, I believe, as a nation, is to solve this power challenge.
After more debates, the bill scaled second reading and referred to the Committee on Power to report back in 4 weeks. Earlier Tuesday, the 28th of September 2021, the Senate resolved to investigate the allegation of extortion of Nigerians visiting Ghana by the authorities of that country, that they are positive of COVID-19 pandemic even when they are not, as well as issuing them with fake COVID-19 vaccination cards. A call for the investigation was made through a motion titled Urgent Need to Investigate Allegations of Fake COVID-19 Test Results Being Used to Defraud Nigerians in Ghana and the Obtainment of Fake COVID-19 Vaccination Cards.
Ghanaian authorities usually commit Nigerians who visit their country to isolation for 2 weeks and are made to pay about 70,000 naira per day while in isolation. This allegation was exposed following a visit by a Nigerian artist and his team, who was told in Ghana that he had COVID even after testing negative at a Nigerian facility in Nigeria. He rejected the result and insisted that it was a fake result. He was deported or kicked out of Ghana by the authorities and proceeded to United States from there, where his test result on arrival came out negative. Nigerians traveling to Ghana or through Ghana lamented that they are made to pay almost 1 million naira while in isolation because of the longer stay period.
Accordingly, the Senate resolved to urge its committees on health, tertiary and secondary, as well as primary health and communicable diseases to investigate the issue and report back as soon as possible. In another motion was a call for the relocation of multinational and Nigerian oil and gas companies to their operational bases. It was to address this problem that Senator Albert Basti Akpan sponsored the motion, which was titled Urgent Need to Encourage All Multinational and Nigerian Oil and Gas Companies to Relocate to their Operational Bases.
Operating outside the host community and operational bases is the reason for the high cost of production in the oil and gas industry. This high cost of production has been one of the most contentious elements of our petroleum industry value chain.
Senators commented in favor of the motion.
It will be very meaningful if these industries can go back to where they originate all these raw materials so that they can take care of pollution, they can assist people in these areas, because it will surprise you that in most of these local governments they don't even have water supply. They can't drink clean water. They don't have electricity. They don't have education. They don't have anything, and oil is produced from these areas.
If this motion, colleagues, have support for this motion, and it is passed and implemented, it will go a long way to assuage the yearnings, assuage the apprehensions, of the people within these host communities.
The resolution adopted was to mandate the Committees on Petroleum Resources and Gas to liaise with all relevant stakeholders affected to facilitate the relocation of the affected oil and gas companies to their operational bases. Same day, under personal explanation, Senator Ali Yusabi Abdullahi reported the blockage of federal roads in Niger State by tanker drivers since 24th of February 2021 as a result of their deplorable conditions. He spoke on the consequences of this action.
The current blockage has seriously affected economic activities in the country, with heavy losses by investors and enterprises. It is therefore important that urgent and emergency measures are put in place to forestall further occurrences, while also considering a legislative roundtable on the state of transport infrastructure and institutional strengthening to support the economic diversification efforts and growth of the Nigerian economy.
The road contracts in Niger State are about 15. The total contract sum for all those projects is about 250 billion. Only about 60 billion had been paid. At the pace of the budgetary allocation to rehabilitate the roads in Niger State, it will take eternity to fix the roads in Niger State.
The following resolution was adopted. Urged the federal government to declare a state of emergency on the state of federal roads in Niger State. At the national level, same day, Senator Lekon Mustafa also came under matter of urgent public importance to report the state of roads and bridges in Nigeria.
No zone or part of the country is spared. Bridges and culverts have been submerged. Roads have been washed away, and accesses to towns and cities across the nation have been cut off due to the inaccessibility of the affected roads and bridges. This existential threat is posing a danger to human safety and causing significant disruption to both economic and social activities.
Nothing less than 50% of Nigerian roads are good. So, Mr. President, this is a critical, sector. We have to look into it so that, yes, definitely something serious would be done.
One of the prayers of the motion was to urge the federal government to release funds for the repairs and rehabilitation of all bad roads and bridges in Nigeria. Next is our notebook segment. Stay tuned for our subject of the week. Don't go away.
The Committee of the Whole becomes the Committee of Supply, where financial matters, example the budget, are being considered either by the Senate or House of Representatives. Like the Committee of the Whole, the Committee of Supply comprises all senators, with the Senate President or his deputy leading. They peruse the Appropriation Committee report on the budget with a view to passing it into law for implementation by the executive.
The only way out of the pandemic is for the population to observe the recommended measures advised by the NCDC. The Senate Committees on Health and Primary Health Care and Communicable Diseases will continue to engage with the Federal Ministry of Health and the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19.
Welcome back. Senate President Ahmad Lawan says the 9th National Assembly would continue supporting the executive arm of government to guarantee the welfare and safety of Nigerians abroad, regardless of the situation they find themselves. He stated this when he hosted the chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, NIDCOM, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, on courtesy call to his office on Wednesday, the 29th of September 2021.
It's our duty as a nation to protect Nigerians wherever they are in this world. In fact, even when they are wrong, we are supposed to be there to give them
that succor if they have to face the legal battles that they might have found themselves in. But we have to work hard to ensure that those bad eggs are not encouraged in any way to go and spoil the name of this country and in the process get themselves into some difficult situations.
Speaking earlier, the NIPCOM chairman, Honorable Abike Dabiri Erewa, disclosed that Nigerians in diaspora are superlatively endowed, that 70% of black doctors in America are Nigerians, adding that they are willing to return home to contribute their quota in a situation where even those that are home are leaving.
As I speak with you, 15 Nigerian doctors and abroad have returned home to build hospitals in Nigeria.
And now to the committee rooms. Thursday, the 30th of September 2021, Senate President Ahmad Lawan lamented that kidnapping of school children in northern Nigeria has taken education in the region 20 years back and called for the addressing of this challenge if the North must progress.
The Safe School Initiative.
He stated this at an investigative hearing on the utilization of funding proposed and budgeted for Safe School Initiative, including monies, support and donations received from foreign governments and agencies, organized by the Senate Committee on Basic and Secondary Education.
Students fear to go to schools anymore. Their parents don't feel that their children are safe. So this affects our national development efforts. This affects our security because you have to have those who are supposed to be in school today go to school and remain in school. If you have many of them illiterate, unlettered, uninformed, it's a recipe for serious security challenges in the future. So we need more than ever before to secure our schools. We have the mandate and the job, the task and trust of the people to come together and work to create and sustain safe school environments.
In his welcome address, the committee chairman, Senator Ibrahim Gaidam, gave an insight into what the Safe Schools Initiative is all about.
It will be recalled that the Safe School Initiative was launched in May 2014 during the World Economic Forum on Africa by the federal government in collaboration with the United Nations in order to build, rehabilitate, and restore normalcy in the education sector. The essence of this investigative hearing, therefore, is to receive factual submissions, inputs, and insights on the implementation of the initiative from the invited identified stakeholders since it was launched in 2014.
The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, who represented the minister, gave the position of the ministry.
Clearly, the Federal Ministry of Education has never handled nor received any monies or donations for Safe Schools Initiative program from anybody. Our role was only limited to accepting students in our 43 unity colleges. The students' school fees are actually paid directly to the colleges that receive these students as part of their fee structure.
You have some line items that reflect safe school initiatives. Can we have reports on that?
The Safe Schools Initiative was particularly directed at the Northeast, the 3 states in the Northeast. But this one had to do with broader issues of safety in schools, dealing with issues of even things like drug abuse, molestation of children while in schools, and all the other factors that insecurity also has imposed on us.
Stakeholders at the hearing took turns to speak on the matter in question.
There are 3 sectors involved in the Safe School Declaration. Education one, defense another one, and foreign affairs. So I want you to correct that. Okay, so executive summary, we have made submissions already, but I'll just talk briefly. Supported by the government of Norway, UNICEF led the implementation of Safe Schools Initiative. From 2014 till date, towards providing emergency preparedness and response interventions, specifically in northeastern Nigeria, with emphasis on Borno, Yobe, Adamawa, although at some point Gombe was also part of it. Towards the Safe School Initiative program is still going on with an implementation span from 1st December 2019 to November 2022.
There's need for engaging school teachers to train them, giving them evacuation knowledge, how to evacuate the student during emergencies. And I believe there's need for issue of investment more in education. Education need require more because a growing number of out of school, growing number of Almajiri connected to insecurity today is at an alarming rate.
At the end, the committee promised to compile all submissions for presentation to plenary for more legislative action. Earlier on Monday, the 27th of September 2021, the Senate Committee on Anti-Corruption and Financial Crimes conducted the screening of President Muhammadu Buhari's nominees for the position of Secretary and Board members of the EFCC. In a welcome address, the chairman, Senator Suleiman Abdukori, stated the reason for the exercise as being
to determine their credibility, suitability, integrity, and competence for the positions for which they were nominated. The nominees are George Abang Ekpongu, Secretary to the Commission. He is from Cross Rivers State. Lukman Muhammad is nominated as member from Edo State. Anamba Adeze is also nominated by Mr. President as member from Enugu State. Alhaji Kola Rahim Adeshina, member from Kwara State. And Alhaji Yahya Muhammad, also as member of the board of EFCC from Yobe State.
Questions and comments from senators were taken next.
What are those things you will want to suggest for a total holistic reform that will guarantee a good standard of living for people, that will make people care less for acquisition of wealth, and make people to be tempted to go into corruption?
Let me say that we are going to work together with the board, that is the chairman, myself, and the board, to put in place a robust institution and then, make sure that we improve the systems, make sure that we improve public enlightenment.
I could remember when we had the chairman before he was confirmed, there are certain things he said. He said he is going to chair an organization that will work with strict fear of God, because justice is being administered. I should also expect that you are going to strictly bear the burden of working with the fear of God.
When it was the turn of Lukman Mohammed, Senator Matthew Urogide had this commendation for President Muhammadu Buhari on his nomination.
The President has made one good choice in Honorable Lukman. This is one nomination that is good for us.
Same advice also went for all other nominees.
I hope you bring to bear your expertise, because we need to do that so that things can move faster. We can have the whole system computerized and get results for the Nigerian public.
After more interactions between committee members and the nominees, the chairman ended the session.
We believe that these nominees, having interacted with us, are fit for purpose, and the fight against corruption with this nomination of a board to help complement the efforts of the executive chair and his entire staff will be a worthy step forward.
We'll now take a break for our profile segment. Stay tuned for our Senator of the Week.
Senator Lekon Mustafa represents Ogun East Senatorial District under APC. He was born on the 25th of February 1960 and attended the Ogun State College of Health Technology, where he earned a National Diploma in Public Health. Senator Lekon Mustafa held various positions in the civil service, one of which was chairman Ogun State Task Force on Building Projects. He joined politics in 1996 and was chairman Ijebu North Local Government Area in Ijebu Igbo from 1996 to 1997. From there, he was elected to the House of Representatives, where he represented Ijebu North, Ijebu East and Ogun Water Side from 2003 to 2007. He then contested election to the Senate in the 2007 general elections to represent Ogun East Senatorial District, serving from 2007 to 2011. He also contested in the 2019 general election and still serving. In the Senate, he is chairman, Senate Committee on States and Local Governments, and a member of several other committees. Amongst his legislative interests are agriculture, health, education, and industrial development.
With this, we come to the end of our program this week. Join us next week for another package, and thanks for watching.